Well, everyone experiences stress, but some more than others. And if it is not kept under control, it can lead to serious health problems and have an impact on your mental health.
Yep, and then joining us on how to manage stress is Pandit Dasa. He is a mindfulness and workplace culture expert and author of the new book, Mindfulness for the Wandering Mind, Life-Changing Tools for Managing Stress and Improving Our Mental Health at Work and in Life. Good morning. Hi.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for having me.
I guess it's not morning in Florida. It's a little bit later there.
Afternoon, Friday afternoon.
All right, great to see you. Let's start with talking about the different causes of stress. A lot of people get stressed out for different reasons, right?
Yeah, I mean, there are obviously a lot of things that happen in our life. You know, it could be losing a job or losing a loved one or moving. These are all external situations that cause us stress. And of course, you know, we should understand that all of these changes are related to changes in our life, right? A sudden change, a change that we weren't expecting, something painful. And how do we deal with that? Well, one is just understanding that change is going to happen. Sort of like the seasons of the year, they just keep changing, or the day and the night. So there's change is going to happen all the time. Change is never going to stop. And to be able to learn to embrace that. And, you know, there's also, when there's not these external changes happening, then there's also our own self-imposed stress, you know, worrying about worst case scenarios, thinking about the regrets from the past, or just all these anxieties that we cause ourselves. And that's something we can actually control more of than the external changes. The external changes, moving, losing a job, losing a loved one, that's something we can't really control. The internal ones we have more say over. So understanding that when the external things happen, that I should learn to embrace them and learn to grow from them, learn to mature from them. And the internal ones, we should realize that I actually have the power to not let those internal worries make me lose sleep or just cause me unnecessary anxiety.
All right, so is mindfulness, is it spiritual or religious?
Well, it can be either, both, or neither. It all depends on how you're approaching it. For a lot of people, it can be a spiritual thing, it can be a religious thing. When I was living as a monk, it was a very spiritual tool for me. But the way I teach it in corporations, I talk about how there's a lot of research around mindfulness showing that if you practice it in a secular manner, through a variety of breathing exercises, through a variety of focusing and gratitude meditations, not involving prayer or any mantras, if done in a secular way, it can actually provide a lot of benefits like reduction of stress, reduction of anxiety, reduction of depression. It can help improve one's emotional intelligence, right? So it can be done in a very secular way where it won't infringe on one's own personal belief system. Because I know there is a fear out there. Sometimes when people hear about mindfulness, they think that, okay, it's a religious thing, it's a spiritual thing. Again, it can be, but it doesn't have to be. It can be practiced in a very secular way by anyone of any faith or no faith whatsoever.
Also, we talk about meditation with being mindful, and a lot of people are afraid of meditation. Are there other ways that we can work and live mindfully?
Yeah, definitely. So meditation is definitely one component of it, where you sit down in a relaxed posture and you go through a variety of breathing and focusing exercises, right? But I think mindfulness can be implemented in almost every aspect of our life. Like, you can go for a walk, and if you leave this behind, your walk will be more mindful. You'll be more attentive when you're crossing the street. That'll be more mindful. You can look at nature while you're going for a walk. So when I talk to corporate professionals, I tell them, hey, take a 10-minute break and do that. Go for a walk and leave your phone behind for 10 minutes and just observe nature, observe what's around you. Be more mindful as you're walking, right? When we eat, we can eat more mindfully, right? Being aware of what we're eating, how much we're eating, and really enjoying the meal, as opposed to, and I know I'm guilty of it too, we're eating and we're checking our phone with one hand and biting the sandwich with the other hand, right? So really being more mindful of that. And also when we're connecting with people, right? When we're having a conversation with people, too often we're having a conversation and we're holding this in the other hand. Letting the other person know that, yes, you're important, but if this thing rings, I'm going to answer this. So I think one of the best ways to be mindful is when we're interacting with each other, either professionally or personally, trying to leave our device behind and really just attentively giving them our full focus. And when we listen to other people, actually listen to understand and not to respond, because we're too often formulating responses to other people's comments before they've even finished. That means we haven't really heard them properly. So These are so many other ways that we can practice mindfulness in addition to the meditation practice.
Okay, a lot to digest there. Sit back and think about it and be mindful as you're thinking about what we just
Oh,
learned
look
today.
at you. See what you taught Glenn something today. I love it. Your phone's still right there, though. I see your phone.
I'm
Okay.
not looking at it.
Well, thanks, Pandit.